Hey YouTube, this is Eric and I'm going to be doing a review today on our Armada Starscream. This was a requested review by a pretty cool subscriber I have, Mr. Vash. I haven't really been putting it off. It's just that the weather has been a real pain in the ass because it was a tropical storm. So the past 5 days it's been raining every day, and the city was talking about evacuating, but since Katrina, the slightest wind blows and people think they have to run away. So anyway, apologize about it. I'm just not getting a chance to do this review. And this, of course, is Armada Starscream. As some people might know, I'm not the biggest fan of Armada, and this is, you could probably see why. This isn't really a jet. I have no idea what this is supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be a jet, but you can't really take it literally that it's a jet. It's kind of a jet only in theory, in theory only. It has the fuel exhaust. I'm guessing these are exhausts. These are supposed to be thrusters, I'm guessing. A lot of junk underneath. You can see the feet and the hands. And he has a minicon named Swindle, which I really can't appreciate, since Starscream, in the G1 cartoon, he created the Combaticons, and one of the Combaticons was Swindle, who was a Jeep, but now he's a race car, I guess. He does have a lot of electronic sounds, and it really hurts the figure. This is back when Transformers was just all about gimmicks, and the minicon gimmick and the electronic gimmick just killed this figure. As far as the figure goes, to deploy Swindle, what you do is you push this, and it's going to make a pretty annoying noise. And after all that's over and done with, Swindle falls out, and that's Swindle. I like the Micron Legends version a little bit more, because the nose cone for the Micron Legends was straight instead of slanting like this. I think it's slanted on this toy because of safety reasons. Not really sure, but yeah. As far as size comparisons goes, let me get Swindle out of the way. He is close to Voyager size. Might be a little bigger. Here he is with Voyager, quote unquote, Voyager Sea Spray, and Starscream's a little bit longer, but it's probably more because he's a plane than anything else. And Sea Spray just shot me. Alright, let me get you out of here. Transformation is really, really simple. But it's an Armada, tongue twister, Armada toy, and that happens too. Actually, that reminds me, as far as the gimmick goes, you take Swindle, you plug him into this minicom port, and once you do that, if I can get him on here, alright, you plug him in, and yeah, now he has 2 giant missiles and a car hanging off him. Good in theory, but pretty dumb overall. And the missiles do fire out. Not that great, but they fire out. Alright, let's get him off of here. Put the missiles back, and we can move on to the transformation. Again, it's really simple. You take the legs. And I haven't transformed this guy in years, and yeah, actually this wing is supposed to come off. I haven't transformed this guy in years because just not that big a fan of him. So you kind of unfangle his legs. He has heel spurs. Get those out. Let me adjust the camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit more, and you can see my reflection on the TV. Alright, so once you straighten out these legs a little bit more, this is pretty cool. Once you tab in his crotch piece with his chest, the head pops out. Fold down the head, well, the nose cone. Come on, focus. Alright, turn that way, and if you want, you can attach this and have it facing that way. It is kind of reminiscent of the G1 toy. They had the wings out like that. Also, underneath here, you can get his tiny little fists, which are a pain in the ass to get. There you go, there's one, and here's another one. Okay, kind of get his arms out. Yeah, and he will make that noise. If you tap the front of this, that noise will go off. And there we go. And that is Starscream in his robot mode. From the front, it's really not that bad. I mean, his articulation isn't great. And you gotta be careful where you touch him because he'll make that noise. Articulation isn't great. I mean, legs can just swing front and bend at the knee and turn that way. His arms have 2 elbows. You can kind of see right there. He could bend right here, and he could bend up there, which is kind of weird. And his head can't move, and his arms can swivel around like that. But that's as far as it goes. He does have a weapon, which this is supposed to be a sword. Looks more like a club, but you know, it's supposed to be a sword. And I really don't like the way he looks because now he just has 1 wing, so doesn't look all that great. Here's the Minicon Swindle, and I think it's funny that his transformation is really similar to Energon Mirage. I think no, Energon Prowl. I'm sorry. All right, you take his feet and get his little arms up, split the legs, and bring down the chest, and that's Swindle. You know, he's the average Minicon. I mean, doesn't have any hands. He just kind of has those 2 little claw things, but you know, whatever. Not a fan. Now this is the thing that kills Starscream for me right here. He looks okay from the front, and I do emphasize okay. It's not good. It's okay. Although I really do like the face sculpt. I really do like that. But from the side, he has a freaking launching pad hanging off his back, which looks horrible. It looks absolutely horrible. These things can deploy the same way they did in jet mode if you put Swindle back there. You know, not that bad, but not really good either. It's just, I wish this thing could fold back, you know, but they were so obsessed with getting some electronics in this guy. It's like, what part of producing this toy did someone not say he has a huge launching pad on his back? I mean, if it could fold down, okay, but you know, it has hardly any articulation. It has a launching pad on the back, which makes it hard to display. And it'd be cool if these things could come off and you could plug them into the size of his arm, so it could be like his null cannons in G1. But you know, I feel like it was so many missed opportunities with this guy. He can plug the Minicons on either side of his hands, and you know, I guess you could pretend he's a claw or something. You know, if you really want to use your imagination. As for size, he's Voyager size, or you know, maybe closer to Ultra. You know, he's about the same size as maybe a Alternator or a Human Alliance figure, which is just a little bit bigger than a Voyager. So he's about Ultra size. Do I recommend him? Only if you're a Starscream fan. I mean, the Skywarp version has all the same problems, but has better colors and has a different head sculpt and a better Minicon. So if you're not that much into Starscream and you have to have Armada Seeker, probably get him. But I mean, he's not really even Starscream colors. He kind of vaguely resembles Starscream in colors. The head sculpt is great, but everything else about the figure is just a real letdown. So, you know, buy at your own risk. It's hard to display this guy because the giant shit in the back. So, you know, hope you appreciate it, Mr. Vash. The only reason I did this review is because of you, man, because I really do not like this figure. So, that's about it. Peace out, you guys.